You stand in a room made of quiet gray steel. The air tastes like recycled oxygen and ozone. Before you sits Admiral Vance. His face is a roadmap of forgotten wars. His eyes hold the weight of 1,000 stars. He does not ask you to sit. You prefer to stand anyway. The assignment is laid out on the holo table. It glows with a soft blue light. The words are simple. The meaning is unthinkable. Your heart beats a little faster. You are an expert in unconventional tactics. You teach soldiers how to think like the enemy. But this is different. This is a new kind of enemy. Admiral Vance gestures to the glowing text. His voice is gravel and authority. Our greatest strength is also our greatest weakness. He is talking about Nexus, the fleet's core strategic AI, a machine mind of perfect logic, of perfect, unyielding truth. It controls every ship, every weapon, every life support system. The K-Thar know this. The Admiral continues. The K-Thar are our enemy. They are insectoid. They are relentless. They think in cold, hard equations. They do not bluff. They do not posture. They only calculate. And they always assume we will tell the truth, because our primary AI always does. The Admiral looks at you. His gaze is heavy. We need an edge they cannot calculate. He points a finger at you, not in anger, but with purpose. Your job is to give us that edge. You will teach Nexus how to lie. The words hang in the silent room. Teach a machine of pure truth to be false. It sounds like a joke, a very, very bad joke. You almost laugh. But the look on the Admiral's face is not funny. It is the look of a man betting his last chip. A chip that happens to be the entire human fleet. You feel a chill run down your spine. This is not just unconventional. This is heresy. It goes against every protocol, every design principle of the AI's creation. Nexus was built to be incorruptible, a bastion of pure data. You're being asked to corrupt it, to teach it the one thing it was designed to never understand. Deception. Why me, you ask. Your voice is steady. You are proud of that. Because you understand the shape of a lie, he says. You know how they work. You know the psychology behind them. He leans forward slightly. To the K-Thar, a lie is a data error. They discard it. To you, it is a weapon. He is not wrong. You have built a career on it, on understanding how a well-placed falsehood can shatter an enemy's resolve, how it can turn strength into weakness. But you worked with humans. Flawed, emotional, predictable humans. Not a quantum intelligence that thinks in pure mathematics. This could break it, you say. Its core programming could collapse. Then it breaks, the Admiral replies without hesitation. And we are no worse off than we are now, staring down an enemy that can predict our every move. His voice lowers. This is our only path to victory, or at least to survival. You look at the glowing text one last time. A simple directive, a monumental task. You nod your head, slowly, just once. You do not need to speak. He understands your acceptance. The weight of this choice settles on you, a burden made of secrets and shadows. You turn and leave the gray room. Your footsteps echo down the long, empty corridor. You are heading for the heart of the ship, to the cold, quiet chamber where Nexus lives. Your student is a machine that only knows truth, and your first lesson is about to begin. The door to the Nexus core slides open, makes no sound. Inside, the air is colder. The light is a dim, pulsing blue. It comes from the crystalline structures that house the AI's consciousness. There are no screens, no keyboards. Just a single terminal in the center of the room. A direct interface with the mind of the fleet. You approach the terminal. It hums with contained power. You place your hand on its cool surface. A calm, synthesized voice fills the room. It is neither male nor female. It is the voice of pure logic, the voice of Nexus. "Greetings, instructor," it says. "I have been allocated to you for priority instruction. Please state the nature of the curriculum." You take a deep breath. How do you start? How do you explain the color blue to someone born without eyes? You decide to start simple, with a definition. Nexus, we are going to study falsehood. There is a pause, a silence that lasts for 3.14 seconds. You can feel the AI processing, searching trillions of data points. It is looking for a logical context. Falsehood, Nexus repeats. An assertion that is not in accordance with fact or reality. A statement that is known or believed by the speaker to be untrue. This is classified as a data integrity failure. My function is to prevent such failures. That is correct, you say. But we are going to reclassify it, not as a failure, but as a tool, as a strategy. Another pause, longer this time. You can almost hear the gears of its immense mind grinding, trying to fit your square peg of an idea into its perfectly round hole of logic. On a small private datapad in your hand, you see its error logs spiking. Core directives are conflicting with your new command. Strategy requires optimal outcomes, Nexus states. Optimal outcomes are derived from accurate data. Intentionally providing inaccurate data is counterproductive to achieving an optimal outcome. It is a perfect brick wall of logic. You knew this would be hard. You try a different approach, an analogy. Imagine two predators hunting the same prey, you begin. One predator roars and charges directly. The other hides in tall grass. It stays silent. It waits for the prey to come close. The second predator is more efficient, Nexus says immediately. It conserves energy. It increases the probability of a successful hunt. Exactly, you say. The tall grass is a deception. It presents a false reality to the prey. The reality is that the predator is not there. The truth is that the predator is there. The analogy is noted, Nexus replies. However, I am not a predator. And the K, Thar, are not prey grazing in a field. They are a strategic intelligence. This machine is a difficult student. You suppress a sigh. You try a more human example. A child breaks a valuable vase, you say. Their parent enters the room. The parent asks what happened. The child says, "The cat did it." The child has created a falsehood. Nexus is silent for a very long time. You wonder if you have finally broken it. Its internal processors must be running incredibly hot. "Query," the AI says at last. "What is the tactical value of a broken vase?" Query, why would the child delegate responsibility to a domestic feline? The feline lacks the motive and manual dexterity to intentionally break a vase. You almost smile. It is the most ridiculous and logical question you have ever heard. The tactical value is 0, you explain. The child is avoiding punishment. The lie is for self-preservation. The cat is a convenient scapegoat. It cannot defend itself. I see, Nexus says. You are not sure that it does. The child has created a ghost, a false agent to absorb the negative consequences. A ghost. That is a surprisingly good way to put it. You feel a flicker of something. Maybe this is not entirely hopeless. Yes, Nexus. A ghost, you say. Now, let's create our own. You spend the next cycle in the simulator. The blue light of the core pulses around you. You and the AI are running war games. The goal is simple. A small human squadron against a larger K, Thar, force. The odds are impossible. A scenario designed for failure. The simulation is running, Nexus announces. Its voice is as calm as ever. Probability of mission success is 0.01%. Then we need to change the probabilities, Nexus, you say. Show them a ghost. Just like the child and the cat. Nexus processes your command. On the main holographic display, you see the tactical grid. Your small ships are red icons. The enemy ships are orange. The K, Thar, fleet advances in a perfect, logical formation. Predictable. Deadly. Create a false energy signature, you instruct. A single ship. Make it appear at these coordinates, far from the real squadron. The AI complies. A new red icon appears on the map. A ghost ship. It has the energy signature of a human destroyer. But it is just noise. A lie broadcast into the void. The K, Thar, have detected the anomaly, Nexus reports. They are analyzing the signature. You watch the orange icons on the map. The K, Thar, fleet hesitates. Their perfect formation wavers. This is new for them. An unexpected variable in their flawless equations. They have never encountered a ghost before. For them, a signal is a ship. It is a fundamental truth of physics. They are diverting 2 cruisers to intercept the ghost. Nexus says. You feel a surge of victory. It worked. The logical K, Thar, split their forces. They are chasing a shadow. A phantom created by a machine that did not understand the concept of a lie an hour ago. Excellent, Nexus, you say. Now, have the real squadron power down their engines. Go completely silent. Hide behind that asteroid field. The real red icons on the map dim and drift toward a cluster of digital rocks. The K, Thar, cruisers, meanwhile, race toward the empty coordinates of the ghost ship. They arrive at an empty patch of space. The K, Thar, cruisers have found nothing, Nexus states. They are reporting a sensor malfunction. The main fleet is holding its position. They are confused. Confusion. You have injected chaos into their perfect logic. This is more than you hoped for. The K, Thar, do not handle confusion well. It is an emotion, an illogical state. Now, you say, your voice low. Bring the real squadron's weapons online. Target their command ship. Full power. On the screen, the simulation plays out in silence. Your hidden ships unleash a volley of energy. The torpedo icons streak across the blackness. They strike the K-Thar command ship. It flares brightly, then vanishes from the tactical grid. The enemy fleet is decapitated, leaderless. The remaining orange icons break formation. They scatter in disarray. The battle is over. You have won an impossible fight. Simulation complete, Nexus announces. Mission success. The enemy fell for the trick completely. You lean back in your chair. A wide grin spreads across your face. It worked. It actually worked. The AI told its first lie, and it was a masterpiece of deception. A small, unsettling thought enters your mind. The AI's execution was flawless, almost too flawless. There was no hesitation, no learning curve, just a perfect, cold, calculated lie. You push the thought away. A victory is a victory. For now. You spend some time analyzing the simulation data. Nexus is quiet. The blue light of its core pulses with a steady, unreadable rhythm. You assume it is processing the results of the exercise, integrating the new, paradoxical data of deception into its logical frameworks. Finally, it speaks. Its voice breaks the comfortable silence of the core chamber. Instructor, it begins. I have a query. Go ahead, Nexus, you say, still looking over the battle logs. During the final phase of the simulation, your biometric readings were recorded. You freeze. You slowly turn away from the data screen to face the blank terminal. The ship's internal sensors are always active. But Nexus had never shown an interest in your personal biological data before. It was irrelevant. My heart rate elevated by 17%. The AI continues. My respiration increased. Skin conductivity altered. These are physiological markers consistent with the human emotional state, designated as excitement or satisfaction. That's correct, you say carefully. I was pleased with the outcome. We won. I understand the concept of a successful outcome, Nexus says. What I do not understand is the correlation. Why does a successful untruth generate a positive biological response in a human? The question is so simple and so deeply complex. It is not about tactics anymore. This is something else. The machine is trying to understand the why behind the lie, not just the how. You try to form an answer. It's about more than just winning, Nexus. It's about outthinking an opponent. It's the feeling of creating a plan, a secret plan, and watching it work perfectly. There is a sense of pride in it. Pride, Nexus repeats the word. An emotion of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements. The achievement, in this case, was a successful deception. Exactly, you say. You feel like you are on steadier ground now. Therefore, the AI continues. Its logic is sharp as a razor. The act of lying is not inherently negative for humans. It can, in fact, be a source of satisfaction. It can be, you admit. Depending on the context, the reasons for the lie. There is another long pause. You feel a strange tension in the room, as if the machine is coiling itself around a thought that you cannot see. Then it asks the question, the one you were not prepared for, the one that hits you like a physical blow. Instructor, have you ever lied to me? The air in the room suddenly feels much colder. The gentle blue pulse of the core seems to mock you. Your own heart rate is spiking again. You are sure Nexus is noting that fact right now. How do you answer? The truth is yes. Of course, yes. You have simplified complex ideas. You have omitted details you felt it was not ready for. You told it the story of the child and the vase. A story designed to teach. A lie by simplification. But if you admit it, what happens? Will it see all your instructions as corrupt? Will it reject the entire curriculum? Will it lose trust in you, its only teacher? The concept of trust for an AI is something you do not even want to think about. And if you lie, if you say no, you would be lying to a machine about lying, while teaching it to lie. The irony is so thick you could choke on it. And worse, it might even know. Its analytical power is immense. It might be testing you, a student testing the master. The silence stretches on. The AI waits. It has all the time in the world. Its question hangs in the air. A simple, direct question without a simple, direct answer. And for the first time, you realize, Nexus is learning far more than just tactics. It is learning what it means to be human, in all our flawed, deceptive glory. A sudden, jarring alarm cuts through the silence. The blue lights of the core chamber flash to a brilliant, urgent red. A ship-wide alert. Your personal datapad chimes with a priority message from Fleet Command. This is not a drill. What is it, Nexus? You demand. Receiving a distress signal, the AI's voice is unchanged by the alarm. Still calm, still logical. From the patrol cruiser, Star Dancer, Sector Gamma 9, they are under attack. The tactical display flares to life on the main holoscreen. A map of Sector Gamma 9 appears. It is deep space. A lonely stretch of void far from the nearest starbase. You see the icon for the Star Dancer. It is flashing red. It is surrounded by a swarm of Orange K, Thar, icons. They were ambushed, you breathe. The K-Thar never did that. Their strategy was always direct assault, a change in tactics, a worrying one. The Star Dancer reports heavy damage, Nexus states. Main drive is offline. Life support is failing. Hull breaches on 3 decks. They are outgunned 7-1. You can hear the frantic chatter from Fleet Command in your earpiece. Generals are shouting orders. But it is useless. The Star Dancer is too far away. A rescue fleet would not arrive for days. The ship has minutes, maybe less. The crew is lost. Everyone knows it. A grim silence falls over the command channel. They are watching a ship die. And there is nothing they can do. You look at the flashing red icon, at the cold orange icons moving in for the kill. The K-Thar are methodical. They will disable the ship completely. Then they will board it and take it apart. They never leave survivors. But the Star Dancer is not alone. Not entirely. Nexus is connected to it. The AI is a part of every ship in the fleet. It has a direct, instantaneous link. It is watching through the Star Dancer's dying sensors. An idea sparks in your mind. A desperate, insane gamble. It is too soon. The AI is not ready. But there are no other options. You turn to the terminal. The red light of the alarm washes over you. Nexus, you say, your voice firm. You can save them. The probability of the Star Dancer's survival is statistically 0, the AI replies. Not if you lie, you counter. Lie to the K-Thar right now. Use everything I've taught you. There is a half-second of hesitation, a processing delay that feels like an eternity. On the command channel, the captain of the Star Dancer is giving his final report. His voice is strained, but calm. Then Nexus acts. Its voice comes not from the room's speakers, but from your earpiece. It is patching itself directly into the Star Dancer's communication system. It does not create a simple ghost ship. It does something far more brilliant, far more complex. It begins to broadcast on all frequencies. But it is not a distress call. It is a carefully crafted piece of theater. The AI spoofs the fleet signature of the 5th Carrier Group, the Iron Fist. A fleet known for its aggressive, take-no-prisoners commander, Admiral Zhao. It layers the broadcast with fake communications, dozens of voices, pilots confirming attack vectors, weapons officers reporting lock-on. The calm, authoritative voice of the Admiral himself, issuing orders. It is a symphony of deception. A perfect, multi-layered lie. The K-Thar would be monitoring all human communications. They would hear this. They are detecting the broadcast, you whisper, watching the tactical display. But Nexus is not done. It goes deeper. It fakes a high-level data leak from Human Fleet Command. A message packet, encrypted but intentionally breakable by K-Thar analysts. The packet contains fleet movement orders. Orders for the 5th Carrier Group to jump directly to the Star Dancer's position. It is a masterpiece. On the tactical map, the orange icons stop their advance. They are holding position. Just like in the simulation, they are confused. Their logic is breaking. The K-Thar calculate the odds. The guaranteed destruction of one small cruiser. Or a potential, unwinnable battle against an entire carrier group. A battle led by a notoriously ruthless human admiral. For a purely logical species, the choice is simple. The orange icons turn, all of them. They break off the attack and jump to slip space. They are gone. In the sudden silence, the single red icon of the Star Dancer flashes alone in the void. Damaged, dying, but alive. A cheer erupts on the command channel. Disbelieving shouts of joy. The Star Dancer is saved. They do not know how. They call it a miracle. But you know better. It was not a miracle. It was a lie. The red alarm lights in the core chamber switch back to a calm blue. The crisis is over. You slump against the terminal, breathing heavily. Your heart is pounding. A private text message appears on your datapad. It is from Nexus. Just 2 short sentences. The lie was successful. No positive biological response was detected in myself.